Hello everyone, James here from 360 Hub. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add slider in WordPress homepage without a plugin. How to add a slider like this in your WordPress homepage without using a plugin. This will make your site load faster and give you better conversion and reduce bounce rate. Alright, we are using the template Divi theme. We're using Divi theme for this tutorial. If you don't have it, check the link in the description below and get Divi theme for this design lesson. You can use it for your WordPress. One of the best customizable WordPress theme that you can ever get. Alright, to download this template, you head to your account section, you click on my download and you click on download the Divi theme. Right, while that is downloaded, you head to your back end of your WordPress site. Right, what you want to do now that is downloaded, we're going to close this out. Now go to hover on your appearance and go to themes. This will bring you to this section. Once you are in this section, you want to look at the top, you will see add new. Click on add new and wait for the page to load. And when the page loads, you will see the option to upload theme. So what you want to do is click on that, and these options, choose a file. Click on choose a file, then locate your file in downloads. So this is the file, the Divi theme. You want to click open and you see the option install now, so you click install. If you know how to install a WordPress template, you can skip this aspect of the lesson. Let's wait for that to install. Alright, so the plugin is now installed. What you want to do is click activate. So you click activate to activate Divi for your WordPress. Alright, so Divi is activated on your WordPress. The first thing you want to do is create a page. So what you want to do is come to add new on the top here and click page. We're going to name the page any name that we want to name it, but it's going to be our home page, so we're just going to name it home. We're going to name this home. The beauty with Divi is that you can design your website and you see what you are working on. You don't design from the back and design from the front end and see how your design is coming out. You don't have to design then take a look at the page. You design and you will see your design as you are designing. Right, it's very beautiful. So what you want to do when the page is published is click on view page. So we're going to click on view page. Now I want to design the page here. I want to design the slider here. So what we want to do is go to enable visual builder. At the top we click on enable visual builder and wait for that to load. Depending on your connection, this might take a little bit, but normally your connection is fast, it doesn't take time. So what you want to do is click on start building. Forget about taking tour, click on start building and wait for it to load again. Now once you have your Divi template, you can impute your product key and always use pre-made layouts. That's if you want to use any of those. There are a lot of them, but we are building from scratch, so you click on start building. Now what we want to do is click on this plus icon to add a module, and you will see full width. So I'm going to click on full width, and once you click on full width, this option comes up. We are looking for full width slider. When you scroll down, you will see full width. This is not the one we look. Full width slider here. You click on it. Once you click on that, what you want to do is close this out. So on the surface, this your full width slider is already here. Now we're going to design it. The first thing you want to do is click on this settings icon, then you edit your first slide. Alright, now in this slide I'm going to click on that and you'll be seeing the way your design is coming up. So I'm going to just type leading consulting firm in UK, for example. Then I will add the text that describes the business. I will add it there. Then we'll look at the buttons later. What we want to do is come down and add the image we want to be at the background. So you go to the background section and click on it, and you go to the image option and click on it. What you want to do is hit the plus sign here to upload an image from your laptop. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. This will take me to the media library, WordPress media library. I'm going to click on upload and select files. This will bring me here. There are some images I already have here, so I'm going to select anyone from here. For the first slide, I'm going to select this. Okay, this for the first slide. Click open and wait for this to upload. Now when this is uploaded, what you want to do is click on upload image, upload an image. So you click on that. Once you click on that, the image is uploaded, but you can see that the text are not visible. So what we want to do is add an overlay to the image. So to do that, what you want to do is come to design of the same slide you are designing. Come to design and you see the option overlay. Remember, we are trying to design something like this without using a plugin, an image slider. So what we want to do is come to overlay, and you want to add an overlay to the image. So what we want to do is enable the overlay and choose the color blend that you want to use. In this case, I will just click edit. Let's say I want to use something purplish. I will just click on this. Then I'm going to drag this down to make it transparent. Let's say if I don't want this, I want blue. I can select blue and see the color that best fits the design. If I want to use black, I select black. In this particular case, let me stick with this, for example. I'll make it light. Now we want to add an overlay to this to the text. If you don't want to add an overlay, you just want it to be a blank, to be an overlay on the image. What you want to do is just select the overlay you want to do and make it a bit darker, right, so that your text will be visible and pronounced, right? So in this case, we want to add an overlay to the text so that the image can be brighter. So we want to make the image brighter. So that we'll select this. I want to make the image brighter, but add an overlay to the text. Right, so what we want to do next is scroll down and go to use text overlay. What we want to do is enable this option. Click enable. When you click enable, now you decide the color that should be on the text overlay. In this case, I want to use purple, for example. So I'm going to select purple. Right, I don't want the color thick, so I want the color to be transparent. So I'm going to come to this section. I'm going to click this edit color, then I'm going to drag this down to make it a little bit transparent, right? Okay, another thing I want to do is make sure that the edges have a good radius. What I want to do is, this is the radius, so I'm going to drag it to what I want. I'm going to make it really round. All right, now this is the radius that I'm comfortable with, so I'm going to leave it like this. If you don't like, if you don't want a radius, you want it that way, you can leave it a bit. I want the radius to be like this, right? So I'm done with this slide. What I want to do next is head over to the title and make it bold. So what I want to do is choose the title. Title is already there. You can select any kind of font that you want to use. In this case, I will maintain the default font. Then in the title font weight, I'm going to select this and make it extra bold, ultra bold, sorry. Right, if I see that this is not okay, I can decide to select just bold. All right, now that becomes the title. Now I want to change the body text as well. I want to make it a little bit bigger. That is the size of the text. I want to increase this to size 15. Okay, so I'm comfortable with size 15, so I'm going to scroll down. The next we want to do is edit the button on the slide. So we're going to scroll down to button section. So you're going to click button. Once you click button, what you want to do is enable the button customizer. So you want to enable this. Right, once that is enabled, you want to choose the font size. By default it's 20, so I'm going to move it to 17 pixel, right, for the button. Then I'm going to choose the color for the button. Now I could choose purple also to make it blend with the purple we already have for the text overlay. So I'm going to scroll down and select purple as the text. Now I want to select purple for the edges also, so everything blends. I'm going to leave it at that. Then I'm going to scroll down and choose an icon for the button. Alright, so let's say I'm comfortable with this icon, so I'm going to select this icon, and I'm going to select this option to show the icon. Say show button icon, so I'm going to enable it so that button icon will show. Then we are going to scroll down. When you scroll down to this section, button icon placement, you can decide whether you want the button icon on the right or on the left. In this particular case, I want it to be on the left. By default is on the right hand side, so I'm going to select and make it left. Right, so the button icon shows on the left. Then another option with the icon is only show icon on hover for buttons. We don't want this. I want the icon to show whether it is hovered on or not. So what I want to do is make this on. Let's show icon on hover. When you select this, it means that the icon is going to be on only when it is hovered on. So I'm going to turn this off so that the icon, you can see the icon is on. Then I want to add space to the button so that the icon will show well. In the left hand padding, I'm going to add like up to 30. Let me just make it 35 padding, 35 pixel. Alright, for the padding. Then if I want to make this button a little bit bigger, what I want to do is have the same padding for up and down for the top and the bottom. So what I want to do is just, let's say I enter 25 here, and then I'm going to select this option to make it same with, you can see that this is too big. So what we want to do, we are going to reduce, I'm going to make this 10 and see how it looks. Alright, so 10 is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make it 9. So you get the point. You can select any size that you want the button to be. Now after selecting the size of the button, what you want to do again is, if you want to add a boss shadow, you can add the boss shadow to the button. Alright, after doing that, you pretty much done with your slide. With this slide, what you want to do is change the text, button text. So you come to content and you go to text, you see the button text. So you want to change this to, let's say, free consultation. Alright, now you have the text that you want for the button. Now let's say you want this capitalized. What you want to do is come back to button. You can come back to the button section here. You can just write it the way you want, write it in capital letter, or scroll down to button text and hit this to make it capitalized. Right, you can see that the button text is now in uppercase. What you want to do is save this, and also you may want to add the button link. So you click on link and you can add your link here. At the moment we have the black link, which is the pound sign, right? So if you want to add a link, for example, you can just grab the link and paste it here, then save this and close this out. Now because we are designing, we are showing how to design a slider without add a slider to your home page without using a plugin. What we want to do again is, in the second slider we're going to design something different from this one. What we want to do in this particular slide is to first design text. We could say we can use the same text, leading consulting firm, this time in US. Right, we'll leave the text, the default text there. Then the button text, we want to say get started. this time we say get started. All right, now in this particular slide we're not going to add a text overlay, right? So we just, what we want to do is scroll down here to the background and add the background image I want to add, just like we did in the previous slide. So to do that, you come to this section, you click on it and click the plus sign to upload an image. You go to upload files here and you come to select files and click select files. Now that will bring you to where you have your image, or you can navigate to where you have your image on your laptop. So what you want to do is select the image you want to use. So in this case I'm going to use this image. I'm going to select this, or let me select this. Alright, wait for this image to be uploaded, and once the image is uploaded you want to click upload an image. So you click on this. Now the image is uploaded. In this particular case the image is not as clear as we want, so what we want to do is to come back here and check why the image is not as clear as we want. Maybe it's too small or it's a full size image, so probably because of the internet connection. Alright, so now after uploading the image that you want here, what you want to do is head to the design section and go to overlay to add an overlay to the image. So what we want to do is enable the overlay and choose the color. In this particular case I want to make the overlay just a dark color, right? So I'm going to bring it down a little bit dark. Then I want to use this color, for instance. Let's say I want to turn this to blue. I will just turn this to blue and leave it like, if let's say I'm comfortable with this, so I will leave it like this. If I want to make it just a normal dark overlay, I want to select this, then I want to drag this down to make it a little bit brighter. Alright, so okay, I'm done with the overlay. What I want to do next is head to the, because we're not using text overlay, so we'll leave that. What we want to do is head to the text, that is the title. We'll go to the title and make it bold. Select bold for the title. Then for the text we want to increase the size by just one number, so we're going to come to the body and increase the size. Alright, so we have the size, everything okay. The next thing we want to do is the button. You can leave your button by the way it is by default, or you design it. And to design it, we'll repeat what we did before. We'll come to buttons and click on that and enable the button customizer. Once you enable that, you scroll down and decide the background color you want to use for this button. In this particular case I want to use blue, so I'm going to use blue for this button. Right, let's say I'm comfortable with this blue. Right, so I'm going to leave that as it is, and I don't want to capitalize it. If I want to capitalize it, I'm going to come here and capitalize it. Right, but I don't want to capitalize the button text in this particular slide. And I don't want to add an icon. We already talked about how to add an icon, so I'm going to skip that. If you want to add an icon, you go right ahead and add an icon. Now we're done with this slide. It's as simple as you're designing, you see what you're designing. So we'll close that out. Then lastly, we're going to add another slide, a different kind of slide. And to do that, we'll go to click this plus sign. You can add as many slides as you want to your home page with the Divi theme. So what we want to do next is click on this to add another slide. Alright, now we're going to use the same text, consulting, leading consulting firm in UK again. Right, in the button text this time I'm going to say get quote. But we are not going to use a direct image like this. We're going to show this is going to be a different kind of slide. Right, so to do this we're going to come to this section where you say image and video. We're going to upload an image to create a different kind of slide. Alright, so we'll select that. I will look for an image I want to use. Right, let's say we want to use this image, or let's upload another image that we might want to use. Normally you have a pre-designed image that you want to use for this, so I'm going to select this image. And wait for this to load. While this is uploaded, I'm going to select upload image. So this image comes to this section. Now I want to add another image to the background. Right, I don't want to leave the background blank. If I want to change the color of the background, I can just come here and change it to any color I want, for example, if I'm comfortable with that. But I don't want to use that, so I'm going to come to the back here. I'm going to select one of the images we already uploaded. So I'm going to click the plus sign again. Let me just upload another image from my folder. This time we're going to use a different image for the background. Alright, so we're going to click upload an image again. Now this is uploaded. Then we'll head to design and click on overlay, enable overlay. Then we want to make this overlay a little bit darker so that this image here will be pronounced. Any kind of image you want to display here will be pronounced. So what we want to do is make the overlay darker. In this case I want to use, let's say, the blue color, and I want to select it. I want to make it as dark as this. Right, you can see the background image, but it is not pronounced. Right, if I don't want that, I want to select black, for example. This will make the image pop better. You can choose any color. You can come here and design, let's say, and choose any and move this around. Click and hold it down, move it around to choose the color that best suits you. All right, so in this case I'm going to leave it in any of these colors. Let me just leave it like this. All right, now what I want to do next is go ahead and customize the title and the font. So what I want to do is scroll down to this section, title. I'm going to make it bold again. Right, then I'm going to scroll down to the body text. I'm going to click on that, excuse me, and scroll down to body text size. Then I'm going to increase it by 1. All right, to make it 15 pixel. All right, now that is uploaded. The button, if I want to customize the button to another color, what I want to do is come to buttons and hit customize, the button customizer. This time I want to choose a white background for the button. So I'm going to, for that to work, I'm going to select the button text and change the color to something like blue. Right, change that to blue. Then I'm going to select white for the button. Then I'm going to come down here and select, for the border I'm going to select white as well. Alright, now let's say I want to make the button, I want to add radius to the button. So what I want to do is just come to this button radius, button border radius, and drag it to my desired radius that I want. Let's say I'm comfortable with this radius. I can drag it a little bit more to 71. Let's say this looks perfect for me. I want to come to the button text, and let's say I want to make the button text bolder. So I want to put it as semi bold. Select semi bold. That makes the button text bolder. All right, now if I scroll down, if I want to add icon, we already talked about that. You can just select an icon and add to the button, and decide to show it either on the right or on the left, right, by clicking on button icon placement. All right, that's if you're adding a button icon. Now if you want to add a boss shadow to the button, you can click on any of these to add the boss shadow. Right, then let's say you want to make the text artistic, so you want to click on any of this and see whether you like that. You can select that. That looks nice. Or you can check this out Okay, this looks better, so I'll go with this. Now what I want to do is click on save by clicking on this tick goods, save again, and I'm done with creating this slide. Right now what I want to do is save this design that I've made, but before that we want to make sure that this slides automatically. So to do that, we're going to come to this settings icon again, the slider settings icon, and click on it and go to design. Now we're not clicking on any slide, we're just hitting design from the main full width slider settings. Now you scroll down to animation section and click on it. You will see automatic animation, so you're going to click on this, turn it on. Now when you turn it on, it means that it's going to slide automatically. Now at 7 seconds interval, if you want it to be 10 seconds, you enter 10,000 here, so you can decide the time. Then if you want it to pause on hover, you can on it and off it. Alright, so what you want to do is click on save again, and you click on this settings icon here and click on save to publish what you have designed. Now to see what we have designed, what we want to do is click on exit visual builder, and now we have designed a lovely slider for within a few minutes without using a WordPress plugin. And now if you click on to see the other slides, you see this is coming up nice, and this is coming up nice. You can customize, use very nice images, and create a lovely slider like this with Divi template without using a plugin. This will make your website load faster. If you have any question on how to further customize any aspect of Divi, design a one-page website, or any kind of design that you have question on with Divi, leave it in the comment section below and we'll answer it. If you like this video, give it a thumb up and subscribe to get notification when we release new videos.